Hello everyone and welcome back to ZeedaM Astrology. This is where you will get a brighter day with Vedic astrology to guide you over the sea of life. My video this week will deal with the tarot and Vedic reading to give you a guidance as to how you can get through this upcoming week. This reading and analysis is for the week beginning June 24th and ends on June 30th. Okay, this is the chart or the Kundali for the week beginning June 24th, 2021. And here we see the ascendant is in Gemini and the ascendant is posited with Sun. In a normal chart, Aries, this block here that you see is the natural first house of the Kalapurush or the zodiac sign. But based on Vedic astrology, your first house on your birth is where your ascendant is posited. So that the ascendant here is in Gemini, the house of Mercury, an area and intellect sign. We have Mars here in Cancer, the house ruled by the moon, with Venus in a debilitated state. Mars is debilitated in Cancer and he's exalted in Capricorn. We come here to Ketu in Scorpio, a Mars ruled house. We have Moon in Sagittarius. Saturn is its own house in Capricorn. Jupiter is in Saturn's house in Aquarius. And both Saturn and Jupiter are retrograde. This is Pisces, the home of Jupiter, and it is normally the 12th house, but in this case it is the 10th house of career and status. We see that Mars and Saturn mutually aspect each other. They are in opposition to each other. Rahu and Ketu are always opposite. They are always 180 degrees apart from each other. The difference between Rahu and Ketu in any chart is that Rahu and Ketu goes anti-clockwise, while the other planet rotates clockwise. So that this is just the chart that shows you the position of the planets for the week beginning June 24, 2021, and it doesn't change for the week except for Mercury and Mars, who moves in nakshatras, not the signs. Okay, let's see about selecting the tarot spread for this week and what we will find through the guidance of the great and mighty Lord. Here we have our selection of the Graha or planet that we will look at for this week, and it is Pluto. Pluto, the Lord of the underworld. First card for us in this tarot spread. Let's look at the Bhava that God wants us to focus on for this week of June 24th to 30th, and for us to be guided as to where we should put our energies and our thoughts and dreams upon for this week. And the Bhava that we have for this week is the 5th house, the house of children, of progeny, of uh, power, of fame. Let us look at the element now, the element of where our mind or actions or thoughts will be. And the element we have here is air element, which brings us to the swords unit, the suit of swords, which is air, which is aligned to air. Let us see who will make an appearance now for our blessings. Let us understand which deity, which God will make a presence or his or her presence known to us for the week, and for him or her to guide us in this week. And we have the golden avatar, one of Krishna's avatar in a golden hue rather than a blue hue. The golden avatar. And what does this mean for us? Well, we'll find out in this reading. Let us look at the full spread now. The spread that I'll be using is what I am comfortable with, what I've chosen for one of the spreads, and it is the Tetractys spread, which gives us an insight as to the cosmic forces, the premise, the foundation, what sustains us, what destroys us, what gives us balance in this life, and our elements: fire, air, water, earth, how we deal with the strategies, current, past, and future. And our first card for this tarot spread is number 16, life experience, in this archangel spread. But this really is the Tower card, which tells us that changes are coming, transformation is coming. We then look at the other card, and here we have the Five of Air, which is the Five of Swords, going right back to the air element that we chose. Then we have the Five of Water, again two fives, so that double energies are happening here. Then we have the Ten of Fire, which is the Ten of Wands, and this brings some kind of energy and passion to our reading. We have here now Unity, card number 5, which in the normal deck is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is related to Taurus, which is our 12th house in this reading for today. Then we have the Eight of Fire, again Wands, so fire, passion, uh, not separating but on both sides of the Hierophant. Then we have the Tree of Water, so that's emotions coming in with the Five of Water at the top there. Then we have the Six of Earth, which gives us some grounding and some resources. Then we have here the Six of Fire, so double sixes and double fives coming in, and the Seven of Earth, which rounds off our tarot spread and shows us that we have all the elements of the tarot for this time. So to recap the tarot spread for the week, you have 16, life experience, which is the Tower, Five of Air, relegated to Swords, Five of Water, Cups, emotions, Ten of Fire, Wands, 5, Unity, the Hierophant, Eight of Fire, Wands, Three of Water, Cups, Six of Earth, Pentacles, Six of Fire, Wands, and Seven of Earth, Pentacles. For a further look into the 5th house of progeny, child, fame, status, you have the power of love, you have investment, gambles, other games, and your creations, which take you back to children. In Vedic astrology, we also look at the 5th house, Patra, children. It's also a house of higher education, creativity, lovers, artistry, intelligence, speculation, which goes back to gambling, mantras, royalty, entertainment. And the mantra that came out today is the Krishna mantra for the golden avatar, which will be discussed soon. Pluto was the planet that was chosen for this reading, and Pluto, the god of the underworld, is where we have the need for control and where we have an obsession with something, where we would have a power struggle. And Pluto rules transformation, regeneration, rebirth, renewal, terrorism. It's a planet that knows how to push your buttons. In a chart, usually it is associated with change, upheaval, power struggles, issues, and control. And again, this goes right back to the Tower card that was chosen as the premise for this reading. The air element chosen for this reading tells us that we can go either way. We can go forward or we can go backward. We can have laser focus or we could just meditate on where we want to go. We can put obstacles in our own way because of our focus. If it is not laser focus, we can then have no decision and no action, because with air, air can move either way. Any strength or breath that you put towards air, you can shift its direction. So that this is what air is telling us, that you can shift direction and the choice is always yours. Transformation and change is always yours. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells us that this is Krishna in a golden hue. He's the golden avatar and he has come to give love of God to all the world. And we need to pay homage to him because he has a compassionate nature. He has love of God and humanity. He comes for charity and service, and we gain perfection in chanting his name in God's presence. So that Krishna is our blessings, is our presence for this week. Okay, the entire premise of this tarot spread for this week is the tower. And the tower brings changes, it brings transformation, it brings new beginnings. And this is directly aligned to Pluto, the god of the underworld, where he will want to push our buttons as to what choice we're going to make. Are we going to hang on to material possessions, or are we going to seek spiritual guidance? Are we going to seek a new view, a new perspective? And this is a choice that we have this week. The choice is up to us, and it also aligns itself to the air element. That card that we chose to say that which way do we go, which way are we looking to, forward or backwards? And the card, the planet that is associated with the tower is Mars. And remember, Mars is in Cancer in a debilitated or weakened state. So that the normal passion and drive that we would have, we may not have it. So that temporary obstacles to us achieving something through action and words may not be there this week. And we have to be careful of that. This is just again showing you where Mars is situated and while Mars is debilitated and weakened in Cancer, what we can take from it is that Venus is there, the planet of beauty and luxuries and artistic intelligence, entertainment, so that while we might be in a weakened state, it doesn't mean that we cannot enjoy some things around us. And this all depends on the house that Mars is in for you in your specific Kundali. What does Cancer represent for you in your personal chart? And here we have the dark and light cosmic forces for this week. And they are both five. They are Five of Cups, Five of Swords. Five of Cups, emotions. Five of Swords, intellect, air, thoughts, deeds. And the planets that align themselves to Five of Cups and Five of Swords are Mars and Saturn, respectively. And we would recall that Mars and Saturn are mutually aspecting each other and with a 180 degrees aspect, which we in Vedic astrology called opposition, so that they are opposing each other. Mars want to get on with it, but Saturn tells him, hold your horses a little bit, have some patience, let us take things slowly, let us not rush into anything. And this is what you need to look at in your choices for this week. Think about it. Use your intellect through the Five of Swords. Use your intellect through the Tower, which brings you new beginnings, which puts temporary obstacles in your way, but at the end of it, patience brings rewards. The Five of Cups and the Five of Swords speaks to the signs Scorpio and Aquarius, respectively. And Scorpio is owned by Mars, Saturn owns Aquarius. And again, they are opposing each other, but water and air is neutral. Water cannot drown air, nor can air embrace water, so that they don't do anything to each other. It's just that they are keeping an eye on each other. They are hoping that each do their work in their respective positions and that no obstacles will be placed for you for this week for you to carry out what you are meant to do. Jupiter comes into play in this section of the tarot reading where we find the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer. And Jupiter is in a retrograde position in Aquarius, a fixed air sign owned by Saturn. But Jupiter here, through the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Wands, hems in the Hierophant, whose planet is Venus, right? And Venus is in Cancer, a sign ruled by Moon, who is her enemy. And we need to look at the guidance, the teachings of Jupiter. While he might want to expand and give us that wealth, he's in retrograde, so that he himself is trying to give us another chance to do something good, not waste our resources, not waste our luxuries that we have, and to utilize what God has given us in the proper way. So here we see Jupiter in retrograde position in Aquarius, and he has a fifth aspect on the ascendant, so that he is going to deal directly with you as the ascendant if your ascendant is in Gemini, right? And he's going to explore what drives you in the new direction as the creator, but he's also going to tell you what needs to be removed for you to move forward as the destroyer. And this just tells you that your chart and where your ascendant is critical for your reading and for you to understand what this week's tarot spread means for you. You have all the elements here that really would give you a focus on your creative forces and your will and ambition. And the Three of Cups card, which is assigned to the moon as the planet, tells you that you need to use your intelligence, you need to use your thoughts to guide you. And who better to guide you than Jupiter, who is in a fixed air sign, right? He's the guru, he's the teacher. So that air as the element aligns itself again to this Three of Cups for you to understand that you and your present situation, that you must use your intellect. The Six of Pentacles deals with your current strategies and thoughts concerning goals. What are your challenges? And right now you are thinking about your resources, how you can make money. And this is on your mind. But you should not let that hold you back, as Saturn is there aspecting you, giving you the time and slowing you down to understand what you really want to do with the resources you have, what you can do to gain more resources, and how you can utilize and use this in a proper way. In terms of exploration of the emotions, the Six of Wands tells you that, while you want passion and you want action, you need to use your emotions to guide you this week. Your emotions, this card, the Six of Wands, is aligned to Sun. And remember, Sun in our chart is in Gemini. Gemini is an Aries sign, a sign of communication, a sign of intellect. So that you need to understand that sometimes your emotions can guide you, and you need to deal with your emotions in a proper way. The Seven of Pentacles tell us how we cope with everyday life. And this is an earth card, a card that grounds us, a card that tells us, listen, to get resources and to earn resources And to maintain resources, we need to work hard. We can't just get it flying through the air to us. We need to dig deep down inside ourselves to get the resources that we want. And we need to come to that thought that will bring change, transformation, rebirth, and renewal to us during the week of June 24th to June 30th. Again, this just gives you a visual of where Jupiter is situated in the chart for the week, and he's in Aquarius with his significations of wisdom, judgment, morality, religion, teaching, legality, truth, consulting, and gravity, where he grounds us. So that where does Jupiter sit in your chart for you in Aquarius? What bhava is this for you? Which one of the 12 bhavas does Jupiter represent in Aquarius for you? And this is why in my first video where I introduced this channel, I indicated to you that focusing and targeting on a specific horoscope will not be done by me, because I don't know what Aquarius is for you. I don't know which house it represents, and in his fifth aspect, is he aspecting you as the ascendant, as this week chart shows for those born on June 24, 2021? Or is Gemini the 12th house for you? Is it the 8th house for you? Is it the 10th house of career for you? I don't know. So that you need to know what your chart is, where your personal placement of planets are, so that you can get a proper reading from me at ZeedaMastrology.com. With God's blessings, I have reached the end of this video for the week of June 24th to June 30th. And I thank you for listening, for tuning in, for liking and subscribing to my videos. And I hope to see you on ZeedaMastrology.com, where you can view the options for reports that I create for you based on your unique information, so that you could understand these analyses in your favor in the future. Thank you so much.